you didn't pre-bend my tap for me.
Princess over here.
To me.
To me.
I gotta produce everything on this fucking shit. Well, there goes our monetization. I've already sworn.
Ship. Gotta do everything on this ship. It's captain's
Gotta
term.
do. Everything on this ducking ship. All the ship on this duck. On this ducking thing. Something very bad is going to happen.
The king of segues.
Episode 6.
This
This is season 1, if you were wondering.
good ep.
It was a good ep. I
In my
liked this
opinion,
ep
good ep.
a lot.
And boy, were we out of the house.
We were out of the house almost
We
the
were-
entire time. You just asked a little too early.
A lot of the time out of the house.
We weren't even in the main pieces of the house. The times we were in the house, we were down in the basement.
Yep. New parts of the house. Yeah, I like this up. I've got some questions about some of the storylines, but overall,
what was the episode called?
I don't know. Do you know off the top of your head?
It was either Bachelorette Party or Bachelor Party.
I'll take a look. You vamp.
Vampires. Long teeth, blood,
Yeah.
can't be out in the daylight,
Well, it kind of depends on the lore.
turn to
actually.
dust. From Transylvania. The first one was Vlad, named after a historical figure named Vlad. Did I mention that?
You were conceptually right, but it was Last Night of Freedom.
Okay.
Last Night of Freedom.
Yeah.
I was just talking with my friend about he went
Which covers
to,
both of them.
does to the Transylvania castle.
Oh.
Vlad the Impaler's castle, and he said it wasn't as gloomy as he was expecting. It was very bright and kind of done up, and just didn't seem to be leaning into the gothic horror.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, that's what he said.
How long did it take you to realize as a kid that Pennsylvania and Transylvania were different places?
I think I knew that from an early age.
Okay.
That never confused me. That confuse you?
I don't know. Do I want to admit it now?
I remember
In
thinking
front of God and all of our
all of our
fans?
fans. I remember thinking Turkey. That was a funny name for a country.
Turkey is a funny name for a country.
I thought that was hysterical.
When did you find out Georgia was its own country? I'm embarrassed to say it was probably college.
I don't know that Georgia's been a country for very long, has it?
That's
Wasn't
a great
Georgia
question.
Part of some other
Was
stuff.
it an Eastern Bloc breakup?
Like Yugoslavia was like 7 things, I think.
That is, man, we are just digging into the weeds today, and I love it. So it was a complete episode about the Bachelorette Party and the Bachelor Party. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of Bachelorette Party because they decided to go on an early run, and by they, I mean Ellie and Rachel, the doctor's wife, Julian's wife.
I want to say Jules.
Jules' wife, and Rachel. They were like, "Hey, I need you to do something with me, and you're not allowed to ask a question."
It looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful.
I
I'd like to
want
go
to visit Georgia now.
You should.
That looks absolutely
Ooh,
gorgeous.
It's part of the Caucasus region of the Black Sea. You're not vamping.
You didn't tell me to vamp. So what is the place they're going? It's the
1991 was the declaration from the Soviet Union. So yeah, that is pretty.
I told you. So they go to the county clerk of records because they want to find some information on her family members. Is this curse true? Can they prove it? If so, is somebody still alive who beat the curse? They can go to that person, talk through it, see what happened, get some tips.
She mostly
maybe some
thinks
tricks.
that, like, by the fact that she exists and this curse didn't just eliminate her family within 2 generations, that there's some successful marriages out there. And what she begins to find is maybe that's not true.
Well, there's some easy outs.
Yep.
One, don't get married.
Yep.
Now, you can still have kids. That would have been a slightly more challenging back in the day than
And
it
it's
is today.
too late at this point.
It is too late for her.
She said yes.
This little loopy, she can't walk through anymore.
So there were a lot of out of wedlock kids, and then a few kids where their parents got married later.
Many instances of relatives who married and literally died that day.
Yep, there was
So
a
the
lot of
curse
same
does seem to
day.
be backed up in the county logs.
And then at the end of the ep, they found one.
Who, yes, but unfortunately she's dead.
Yep.
So
Of
we'll have
natural
to,
causes.
Pick of natural causes. She lived a rich, long life. I hope it was happy. So we'll pick that thread up a little later in the discussion. I think I had a confusion in the episode, and it was around the timing of things,
Sure.
because she wakes up early.
Yep.
And what is my evidence? She wakes up before Nikki, who wakes up to see her ring left, and he's wondering where she went. So she sneaks out, I don't know, 8 in the morning, something like that.
I would guess much earlier.
Much earlier?
Yeah. But it was light out.
It was
and
light.
It is the winter, so you're probably 8 sounds like a good guess.
And
Now I think about it.
I'm trying to be a little bit, a little loosey-goosey with it. I don't want to be hyperbolic. They get out of the county records, and it looks like the sun is going down. So they spend a ton of time in here.
That part checks out to me.
The
male bachelor party does not check out.
I agree, but we went through, and keep in mind the wedding is it tomorrow?
Yep.
We went through like 8 hours of this time. We only have 2 more episodes after this. I was kind of confused that we passed through those 8 hours with just some periodic shots of the papers on the floor. I was a little bit surprised, even though it does make sense.
She was building she had built a large family tree on the floor.
I didn't have the same sense that 8 hours had passed watching the episode, even though, yes, that it does make sense in retrospect.
I agree with your time warp, but not on that end. The bachelor party was much more egregious on that, because he goes down, he's looking for Rachel, he finds his dad, they're going to go fox hunting.
So it's early again. Let's say it's 10.
Yeah.
Let's say he slept in, but he's still early days trying to figure out where in the hell his fiance has gone.
And once they do that, they almost immediately they're like, it's getting late. After they've basically set some traps, which I assume take a couple hours, and then they sit by the traps, and then the fox gets caught, and then they go trying to find the fox because the fox rips its leg off.
127 hours style.
Yep. And they're going to go try and put it out of its misery is basically their thought. Mm-hmm. They feel bad for the fox. Jules announces that he's getting a divorce. Mm-hmm. And they all split up because that's the smart thing to do, apparently. And
by split up, Jules went home.
Jules goes home. Yeah, he goes, I'm going to go check back at the house.
And then,
which is a hilarious.
The dad and Nikki split up because the tracks go into the river. Uh-huh. And they don't think, hey, let me go down 5 minutes on either side and we'll yell at each other which way the fox went, because it didn't get in a raft.
No.
It got out on the other side, probably pretty quickly, but whatever. They follow opposite sides of the river. They're looking for this fox for maybe longer than it took them to hunt the stupid thing in the first place.
Yeah. There was quite a lot of unimportant scenes of just them walking around the woods, all to lead, I believe, Nicky to just find himself back at the house.
Yep.
And then his dad is holding on to the paw and crying, which I don't think we have a resolution to that yet. And then we had an earlier conversation with him where his dad is basically saying, once your mom's gone, there's nothing holding this family together. There's literally... we have a decision to make now, whether we continue to be a family after your mom passes, or we all just basically never come back here again.
And he also tells his
to the summer house
son the story of his mom cheating on his dad
That's
back before
right.
Nikki was born. So Nikki's bachelor party, it's like the worst bachelor party I think I've ever seen. The only thing they have to drink is a single flask that they share between the three of them. And he's getting ready to, you're at your most lovey-dovey. You believe the most in love at this moment as you will, like, compared to the rest of your life. And your brother says, hey, I'm getting a divorce. And your dad says,
That whole story
Your
about
mom
how
cheated on
we
me a
were
bunch.
the perfect couple, but not only cheated on her, he's not his son, I think is the implication here.
I don't think they didn't go out and say it all the way, did they?
No, but I think that's kind of the implication.
Yeah, I agree. It's on the table.
And when she became pregnant, she was like, I'm going to marry this guy. But he was very upset about it, which I kind of understand, but also I feel like it's such a weird thing in my mind in your 40s to blame your parents for everything.
He's not in his 40s.
He's in his 30s. I would say late 30s.
Well, I was gonna say young 30s.
Really?
Yeah, I would have said
All right.
31.
I just feel like it's like I absolutely understand that parents are going to always have this like fingerprint on who you are. But like I can't imagine your parents have, just because they had this apparent perfect relationship, that it's going to make you think that that's like possible so much that it's like earth-shattering when you find out it's different.
I hear you, but the other side of this is, one, he's the youngest child, so he's a tiny
He is the baby boy.
baby. Two, he is just finding out about this on top of his brother's divorce from his ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
On top of our protagonist has declared that she has a curse. She doesn't marry her true love, she'll die. On top of she left that day, he doesn't know where she is, and
she's
she
even coming
left the engagement ring. So he's in a little bit of a
Okay.
tricky spot. I can
That's-
see how that would push him over the
That's
edge, and he
fair.
would need to find some sort of outlet for this.
And the time, our time is short on him figuring out what's going on.
Correct.
That's fair.
So this is the news that came in last. That's what gets hit the hardest. He goes to confront his mom. His mom says it's none of your business. Shut up.
Now, by far, the most exciting part that happens is when they get back from the courthouse, the record house, and the bachelorette party has begun. They're late for, and so they're in trouble.
So much candy.
There's so much candy and delightful outfits.
I love candy.
And Jules had brought two friends for Rachel. Just two of, not Jules, Portia.
Yeah.
Portia.
Do we know who they are?
I think they're just Portia's friends.
Yeah.
I think they're just her high society
Are they
friends.
cousins?
I don't think
Possibly?
they're
Are they
even
family
related.
members? Okay.
But that's a good question. I just wrote them off immediately as like people that Portia invited. And they immediately have a seance because they want to bring back her aunt so she can have a conversation with her aunt.
Who is the one that got married and lived to tell the
Yeah.
tale?
Her aunt does not. Her aunt does come and visit. They do the fun little flying a camera through the house thing. And she basically inhabits Portia's body for a moment, says some things, and then breaks her nose. And then later they try and do it again, and she breaks her nose again, which is hilarious. She is the best part of the show.
Portia rules.
And I'm glad they've been very careful not to just have her like have an entire Portia episode, but every little moment you get of her is absolutely delightful.
Okay.
And is she younger than Nikki?
I thought Nikki was the youngest.
That must. I mean, I would believe that. Yeah. So she hasn't really given them an answer to what she can do. I don't like.
She spells out living dead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're supposed to make of that. Very scary scene. Very good horror horror there. I jumped a little bit, a couple of times.
Well, the best jump scare was the window. Was just the face, right? The use of the cutouts.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say about. I don't think this episode revealed a whole lot, but it was a very good episode. I was entertained the entire time.
Well, during the
than
second
the
part
cheating.
of the seance, our protagonist smooches.
Oh,
with Nell.
that's right.
Should we bring that up at all?
Wow. It's this.
Do you
what
wanna-
happens
do you
when
wanna
we wait
hit
a
on
week
that?
before we talked about something. Yeah, and then at the end, Nikki's fiance and ex-girlfriend and wife to his brother start making out.
They smooch.
Is that right before the seance?
So I
'Cause
think it was
No, it's after the seance, but Portia comes rushing in as
in
inhabited.
possessed form and
Yeah.
pulls on her hair, and she says some totally baller line. It was a riff on the something borrowed, something blue
Yes.
thing. I don't remember what it was, but it was
Yes.
something red, something dead. Marvelous line read from possessed Portia.
Yeah.
It's faster if you use both hands when you're typing.
I know,
The
but-
one hand is going to go very, very slowly.
Then I have to turn sideways. Something old, something new, something borrowed is the original one. She says something living, something dead, something stolen, something red. And that must be why she said living dead, as she was kind of getting to that. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was baller.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the end of the ep.
Well, I'm not going to Google anymore because we've got more to watch.
We have 2 more eps to watch, 1 more day, unless they do a significant post-wedding.
I think I think we talked about this. I guessed the wedding was going to be the penny, and you guessed it was going to be the finale.
I do. Yeah, I guess this.
Okay. I think we're about to watch the wedding.
I think the last major thing will be the wedding, and there will be some sort of like epilogue. Somebody driving the car away from Summer House, and that's it. I think the wedding is functionally going to be the climax of the show.
Are we just done with the weirdness that is the family?
I'm not. I'm
And
still
I don't
holding
mean them
the
being
candle.
family, but I mean
for
them
it.
having like a nefarious purpose.
The bit about the family is going to be much different without your mom was like if it comes back around, you could read it that way. Doesn't necessarily have to, but I'm still holding a candle that the family is doing something weird thing, and there's some Wicker Man or Get Out, some twist like that coming here.
Is it possible that the Mr. Frosty guy's still alive?
Mr. Frosty, I could see just not being part of the show
Yeah.
anymore. That I
think he
would
just added to the creepiness of it.
Yeah, I think that was just a first ep, second ep thing, and that could be gone.
But he shows up in the VHS. They bring him back quite a bit. There's kind of a lot of lore around that. That's the only reason I think about that.
Yeah, I could see him coming back, but if I'm placing a bet, it's on the scenario I outlined.
Yeah. Awesome.
Stay gold.
Stay gold, Pony Boy.